the shocking truth about nursing homes, and the secret to thriving at home till 90. You're at a crossroads in life. Your knees creak like an old rocking chair. Your house feels like a cavernous echo chamber since the kids moved out, and society's whispering in your ear. Time to check into a nursing home, buddy. It's the safe, sensible move when you can't keep up anymore. But hold up, is that really your only option? Today, we're ripping the curtain off nursing homes, not the glossy, feel-good promises they shove in your mailbox, but the gritty, sometimes hilarious, often heartbreaking reality they don't want you to see. And here's the kicker. I'm gonna show you a better way to live strong, free, and happy in your own digs well into your 90s. Maybe even sipping a margarita on your porch while you're at it. This isn't just a story, it's a wake-up call, a belly laugh, and a game plan to own your future. Don't blink, because by the end, you'll uncover options that could flip your golden years from meh to heck yeah. Ready to roll? You bet you are. Before we dive in, if you're vibing with this, drop a 1 in the comments. If it's not your cup of tea, hit me with a 0. I can take it, promise. And if you haven't subscribed yet, smash that button and ring the bell so you don't miss a single tip for rocking your later years. Let's get this party started. Part 1. The truth behind nursing homes, not the paradise you're picturing. When you think nursing home, what pops up? Sweet old folks sipping tea by a sunny window, smiling ear to ear while nurses fluff their pillows? That's the fairy tale those fancy brochures sell you. But let's talk about Linda, a spunky 78-year-old who bought that dream hook, line, and sinker only to find out it was more like a sitcom gone wrong. Linda was living solo in her cozy little bungalow after her husband passed. Her kids busy with jobs, soccer games, and Netflix marathons couldn't swing by as often. One day, they sat her down and said, "Mom, a nursing home's the ticket. They'll take care of everything." She shrugged, packed her favorite sweater, and rolled into what she thought would be her golden ticket to Easy Street. Day 1? Not bad. Clean room. A TV blaring reruns of Golden Girls, staff flashing big smiles. But by week 4, the cracks started showing, and not just in the drywall. One morning, Linda's stomach was doing somersaults. She hit the call button for help to the bathroom. 10 minutes past nada. 20 minutes crickets. 45 minutes later, a frazzled nurse bursts in, panting. "Sorry, Linda, I've got 15 other folks to juggle." Another time, she begged for a glass of water. Nurse rolls her eyes and quips, "Catch me on the next lap, hon." Meds came late. Breakfast was a cold lump of oatmeal plopped in front of her like a bad prank. And the schedule? Oh boy. Breakfast at 7:30 whether she was hungry or still dreaming of bacon. Shower at 9 even if she'd rather snooze. Lights out at 9 p.m. sharp, forget her late-night Wheel of Fortune obsession. Linda said, "I went from running my life to feeling like a cog in someone's rusty machine." What's the deal? Nursing homes are businesses, folks, big businesses chasing dollar signs. To keep costs low, they skimp on staff. The CDC says one nurse might handle 15 to 20 residents per shift, sometimes more. Imagine you're that nurse. 2 hands, 1 brain, sprinting between rooms like it's the nursing Olympics. Someone's getting left behind not because they're mean, but because it's mission impossible. You're lying there, buzzing for help, and nobody comes, not out of spite, but because the system's a hot mess. Then there's the loneliness, sneaky, soul-crushing, and way funnier in theory than reality. Linda laughed. First week, my kids rolled in with flowers, and my favorite cookies, thought I'd hit the jackpot. Now, I'm lucky if they text you okay. Once a month. Visits dried up, work, kids, life got in the way. She's stuck staring at beige walls, listening to the TV drone in the common room, wondering if she's auditioning for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Studies back her up. Social isolation in nursing homes is a silent epidemic, cranking up depression, anxiety, and even physical decline. Think about it, would you sign your loved ones up for that gig? Didn't think so. If Linda's tales got you nodding, Drop a 1. In the comments I see you. Part 2. The steep price of ditching your home. Close your eyes for a sec and picture your house. The kitchen where you botched your grandma's meatloaf recipe, but still ate it anyway. The beat-up recliner where you napped with the dog. The backyard where you waged war on weeds every summer. It's not just a place, it's your life's highlight reel. Your VIP badge of who you are. So when you walk out that door for a nursing home, you're not just moving, you're handing over your whole dang story. Meet Tom, an 82-year-old guy who'd spent 50 years in his little riverside cottage, the spot where he and his wife raised 3 kids, built a treehouse, and danced under the stars. When his knees started acting up, his kids got worried. "Dad, a nursing home's safer," they pleaded. Tom caved, though his gut screamed no. That last day at home, he shuffled through every room like a man saying goodbye to an old friend. His fingers brushed the nick on the dining table, his grandson's doodle from '98, his eyes lingered on the garden where his oak tree stood tall. A quiet giant he'd planted decades ago. He packed a few things: a photo album, his wife's old scarf. The recliner? Too big. The flower pots? Left behind. When the door clicked shut, Tom didn't just lose a house, he lost a piece of his soul. First night in the nursing home, Tom tried to settle in, but lying on that stiff, unfamiliar bed, he missed the creak of his porch swing, the smell of pine from his living room, the way sunlight danced through his curtains at dawn. He told me, "I thought I was tough, but leaving home? It's like someone yanked the rug out from under me and kept the rug." Science backs him up. The Journal of Gerontology says moving out too soon spikes depression, anxiety, and even memory loss in seniors. Why? Our brains crave familiarity: the squeaky floorboard, the coffee stain on the counter, the bird chirping outside. Rip that away, and you're a ship without an anchor, drifting into fog. Picture yourself as Tom for a hot minute. How'd you feel boxing up the kitchen where you burned your first Thanksgiving turkey but laughed it off with family? Saying see ya to the radio that's been crooning Sinatra since the '70s? It's not just stuff, it's you. Leaving chops away at your spirit, bit by bit. So before you sign that lease or pack that suitcase, ask yourself, can I hang on a little longer? Is there a way to stay in my castle? That answer might just rewrite your next chapter. Part 3. Health risks you never saw coming. Think a nursing home's your ticket to better health and a longer life. Buckle up, because this might blow your mind, and not in a good way. The American Geriatric Society found that folks moving into nursing homes often decline faster than those chilling at home, sometimes even kicking the bucket sooner. Let's break down why this plot twist happens. First off, you lose the action. At home, even if you're slow as molasses, you're still shuffling around brewing coffee, sweeping the porch, watering that stubborn rose bush you refuse to give up on. It's not CrossFit, but it keeps your ticker pumping, your muscles flexing, your brain buzzing. In a nursing home, they take the wheel. Linda groaned. I used to stroll my yard every morning, picking up twigs like a wannabe gardener. Now I'm parked in a chair, legs turning to jelly, mind going fuzzy. Muscles waste away, immunity tanks. Memory fades, it's the cost of care they don't advertise. Next up, infections, the uninvited guests that crash the party hard. Nursing homes pack vulnerable folks into tight quarters like sardines, perfect breeding ground for germs. Pneumonia, the grim reaper of the elderly, loves it there. Urinary tract infections pop up because hydration's spotty and personal care's rushed. And don't get me started on MRSA, those nasty antibiotic-resistant bugs that turn a sniffle into a nightmare. The CDC says your odds of catching something nasty in a nursing home are way higher than at home. Linda landed pneumonia 3 months in 2 weeks in the hospital, weaker than ever. She quipped, I signed up for care, not a germ buffet. And let's not skip the head game. Losing your home saps your will to keep going. Linda sighed. I used to wake up to tend my plants, Cook my eggs just right. Now, I've got no reason to get out of bed. That blah feeling weakens your body, making you a sitting duck for illness. Yale research says folks cut off from their familiar digs face a 20% higher risk of checking out early. Nursing homes aren't healing hubs, sometimes they're a fast track to the exit. If these risks are ringing alarm bells, toss a 2 in the comments. Part 4. The game changer thriving at home till 90. Here's the good stuff. You don't have to trade your home for a nursing home to stay safe. There's a slick move called aging in place, sticking around your own pad with some smart tweaks to make it your fortress of fabulous. Meet Jack, an 85-year-old legend who turned his old house into a senior superpower HQ. Jack wasn't about to ditch the cottage where he and his late wife built a life, planted trees, raised kids, hosted epic barbecue throwdowns. When his kids nudged, "Dad, nursing home time," he shot back, "Not on my watch." Instead, he got crafty. He slapped grab bars in the bathroom. Falls are the enemy, folks. Motion sensor lights flicked on whenever he shuffled around at night. No more stubbed toes. He snagged a wearable alert button, push it, and his kids or 911 are on the case. He hired a helper 3 days a week to cook and clean, leaving him free to water his roses and crank the old radio. Little joys that keep him ticking. Texts his sidekick. An Alexa dots his kitchen, chirping, "Jack, take your pills," and blasting Elvis when the mood strikes. A tiny camera by the door lets his kids peek in from afar, making sure he's not hosting wild poker nights. Kidding, he's too cheap for that. Jack grinned. "I don't need anyone pushing me around in a wheelchair. I'm still king of my castle." Cost? About $5,000 for the upgrades, bars, lights, gizmos. Helpers $20 an hour. $9,000 a year tops. Compare that to nursing homes gobbling $48,000 to $144,000 annually. Jack's laughing all the way to the bank. "But it's more than money," Jack said. "Every morning, I brew my coffee, stare at that oak I planted 40 years ago. I'm still me." AARP stats show folks aging in place with support like Jack's stay healthier, dodge depression, and live longer than nursing home residents. Wanna give it a whirl? A few tweaks, grab bars, a helper, some tech could keep you ruling your roost till 90. No packing, no goodbyes, just you, your home, and a life worth living. Part 5. The money pit. Nursing homes will bleed you dry. Let's talk cash, the part that'll make your jaw drop and your wallet weep. Nursing homes aren't cheap. Folks, they're a financial freight train ready to plow through everything you've built. We're talking $4,000 to $12,000 a month. Do the math. That's $48,000 to $144,000 a year, depending on where you're parked in this great land of ours. Stay 5 years, you're shelling out $240,000 to $720,000. Stretch it to 10 years? Brace yourself, $480,000 to a whopping $1.4 million. Picture this. You've spent decades grinding at a job, skipping that extra beer to save a buck, maybe even buying a sweet little fishing boat for retirement, and poof, it's all gone, sucked into a vortex for a tiny room with peeling paint, a shared bathroom down a hallway that smells like antiseptic and regret, and a tray of lukewarm mashed potatoes that'd make Gordon Ramsay cry. Think the safety net's got you covered? Oh, bless your heart, let's pop that bubble. In the good ol' US of A, Medicare's like that friend who promises to spot you at the bar but bails after one round. It covers short stays, up to 100 days after a hospital stint, and even then, you're coughing up co-pays. Medicaid? Sure, it'll step in once you've sold your house, cashed out your 401k, and are down to your last $2,000, basically living like a broke college kid again. Linda's family learned this the hard way. They sold her beloved bungalow, $200,000 flushed away to cover her nursing home tab, and still ended up juggling credit card bills like a circus act. She snorted. "I didn't know my retirement plan was to fund their new hot tub and call it a day." But it's not just about the numbers, it's what you're losing for that price. Imagine handing over your life savings for a place where the coffee tastes like dishwater. The walls are so thin you can hear Mr. Johnson snoring 3 doors down, and the activities are a bingo game so dull you'd rather count ceiling tiles. Linda once muttered, "I paid a fortune to live in a beige box where the highlight of my week is arguing over who gets the last Jell-O cup." Compare that to Jack. He dropped $5,000 to trick out his house grab bar's lights, that nifty alert button, and pays $20 an hour for a helper, totaling maybe $9,000 a year. Over a decade, that's $95,000 max chump change, next to nursing home bills that could buy you a beach condo instead. And here's the real gut punch. It's not just your money, it's your legacy. That cash could have gone to your kids' college funds, a grandkid's first car, or heck, a wild family reunion with a bounce house and a piñata. Instead, it's padding some corporate bottom line while you're stuck eating mystery meat under fluorescent lights. Jack's still got his nest egg. He's planning a fishing trip with his grandson next summer. Rod and reel already polished. So, what's your play? A money pit that leaves you broke and bored, or a savvy setup that keeps your dough and your dignity? Drop a 3 in the comments if this one's hitting you where it counts. Part 6. The mind game holding on to you. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the stuff that keeps you, well, you. Moving to a nursing home isn't just swapping addresses, it's like handing over the keys to your whole identity and watching someone else drive it off a cliff. Linda laid it bare. Back home, I picked my meals: spaghetti on Tuesdays, pancakes when I felt like it. I fussed over my roses, even if they looked like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. It gave me purpose. Now, I'm a ghost in a gown, waiting for someone to tell me it's bedtime. That loss of control isn't just a bummer, it's a slow fade of everything that makes you tick. Contrast that with Jack, who's basically the poster boy for keeping it real. Every day, I wake up, brew my coffee black, no frills, crank up the radio to some Elvis, and sit under that oak I planted 40 years ago. I'm still Jack, not some number on a clipboard. At home, you cling to the little victories. Deciding it's taco night, planting a scrappy daisy that might actually bloom, or belting out Sweet Caroline in your kitchen because why not? Those aren't just habits, they're battle cries. Proof you're still in the driver's seat. Stanford's got the receipts. Folks who keep daily control slash their depression risk by 30% and tack on 5 extra years, 5 more years of bad karaoke and burnt toast, if you ask me. But it's deeper than that. It's about fighting the script society hands you. The world loves to say, "Oh, you're old now. Time to sit quietly and let someone else take over." Baloney! Age isn't a surrender, it's your encore. Your chance to strut your stuff on your terms. Sure, your knees might sound like a bowl of Rice Krispies, and maybe you need a hand hauling the trash out, but that doesn't mean you're done calling the shots. Linda's proof of what happens when you let go. I used to host Sunday dinners, gravy stains and all. Now I'm lucky if I get a say in whether the soup's hot or cold. Jack, though? He's plotting a backyard cookout, next month burgers, beers. The works because he's not ready to hang up his apron or his pride. This is your superpower. Choice. You don't have to let a bad hip or a pushy relative shove you into a beige box where life's on autopilot. Bring in a helper to lift the heavy stuff. Slap a smart speaker in the kitchen to nag you about pills, heck. Get the grandkids to mow the lawn for pizza money. It's not about doing it all solo. It's about keeping the reins. Studies show that staying connected to your roots, your creaky stairs, your lumpy couch fires up your brain, keeps your spirit young, even tricks your body into sticking around longer. Jack's living proof. I'm not just surviving, I'm thriving, one terrible Elvis impression at a time. So, are you in? Comment for if you're ready to tell age to take a hike and keep rocking your own show. Your future, your call. So, what's the big takeaway from this wild ride? Nursing homes aren't the cozy retirement havens they pitch, they're traps that snag your freedom, health, wallet, and soul faster than you can say bingo night. But aging in place? That's your golden ticket, your home, your rules, your chance to turn those golden years into a blockbuster starring you. I want to hear it. Drop a comment with one thing you're stealing from this grab bars for the shower, a part-time helper so you're not stuck cooking, or just a big fat nope to the nursing home sales pitch. Lay it on me. If this hit you in the feels or the funny bone, toss a 1 down there. Smack that like button and share it with anyone who needs a nudge to rethink their next move. Subscribe and ring that bell. We've got more tricks up our sleeve to keep you ruling the roost. Because here's the truth. Your golden years aren't some sad fade out, they're your grand finale, your standing ovation. You're not just hanging on, you're showing the world what grit, guts, and a good playlist can do. Think of Jack, flipping burgers under his oak tree, surrounded by kids and grandkids who don't just visit out of guilt, they show up because he's the heart of the party. Think of your family, not wringing their hands over where you'll end up, but pitching in to keep your home humming because you're worth it. Society doesn't get to write you off. It gets to cheer you on. Neighbors waving over the fence, friends dropping by with a six-pack, communities building ramps instead of walls. This isn't about fear, it's about fire. You've got stories to tell, wisdom to share, maybe a dance move or two left in you. Nursing home or your own turf. It's not even a contest. Start today, grab that coffee, crank that radio, and live loud. Your future's not waiting, it's calling, and it's got your name on it in big, bold letters.